Hey, my name is Travis Daniels. I've been doing magic for about 12, 13 years now. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida. Moved to Orlando about 2.5 years ago. I first got into magic at the first Daytona Beach Magic Convention back in 2001. So I guess you could say I'm somewhat a product of Harry Allen, since he brought me up on stage at that first convention when I was 6. And he destroyed an eggshell in my pocket, and it didn't have the actual egg in it, but it was an eggshell inside of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool! And so I picked the eggs out of my pocket for the next day, saying, I'm gonna be a magician when I grow up. So that's my getting into magic story. Honestly, the biggest inspiration I had wouldn't necessarily be a magician. He was a magician. He's just long dead, and I never got to meet him. It was his book that he made would be Bobo's Coin Magic. That was the first magic book I ever read when I was like 7 years old. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And it tells you all the basics for coin magic, and I fell in love with that ever since. I also read the Royal Road to Card Magic growing up. And as far as actual magicians that I got to meet and talk to, a couple of magicians I got to meet and talk to when I was growing up would have been Jeff McBride and Eugene Berger, actually. I got to go to one of the mystery and magic schools back in, I think, 2009, and they were very nice to me. I went to all the World Magic seminars back from I think 2008 until 2010 or 11, and I went to the teen seminars there, and I got to have one-on-one contact with all those magicians over the years, and it was very inspiring to see people that were on the Vegas Strip be very down to earth and just come in and talk to you. Magicians like Lance Burton, of course, Matt King, people like that, and I was very fortunate to actually get to go out there every year. So those were my inspirations growing up. I used to do stage magic. I did a lot of stage competitions. I did a lot of volunteer shows growing up, just so I could get more stage time and practice my stuff. I used to do dancing cane, appearing canes, a lot of cane work, a lot of silk work, things like that. But then I was also doing some close-up magic on the side. And when I was doing the close-up magic, I started getting into restaurants and things like that. So I can do, the basics of cards. I love coins. Coins are definitely what I always have in my pocket. You can always catch me with a coin on me. And if I don't, it's in my car because it fell out of my pocket. So coins are definitely what I absolutely love to do. But honestly, what I most love to do is just entertain people. If I can do some magic while entertaining them, that's great. Well, my mom is on the board of the International Brotherhood of Magicians. She lives out in Vegas now. She actually lives in the same neighborhood as Jeff McBride does now. She's also something on the board of the Jeff McBride Magic and Mystery School out there in Vegas now as well. She's moderately high up in the magic community, and the fact that everybody knows who she is, it seems. I can't tell anybody, hey, I'm Simone's son, and they won't know who that is. So that definitely is kind of a nice thing to have your mom, who's of course someone that's always going to be there for you, be that high up in the magic community. It really does help quite a lot that you have someone that you can always trust there. So how is magic and poetry put together? Well, honestly, the way I would see it is that everything is poetry in a sense. Whether you use your words, your actions, it doesn't matter. If it's an art form, it's some type of poetry. So honestly, poetry can go with almost anything in word form because words speak louder than actions in some ways. So I think that poetry could go with art. It could go like paintings, drawings, performance art. It's all art, and poetry can go with it. And magic is a beautiful art form. So in order to put one beautiful art form next to another beautiful art form, it'll just be really, really quite nice to see how it goes. My website is www.travisdaniels.com. My email address is info@travisdaniels.com. That's TravisDaniels.com. You're watching Conjurer's Composition. You can find us on Twitter @MagicPoets.